everyone, my name is Blair Sinta. Welcome to SINTA'S Sounds. I'm creating some videos focused on getting good sounds out of your drums. Why do we do this? Well, if you think about it, guitar players, they spend tons of time on their tone, whether it's the guitar, pickups, amps, pedals. Bass players, they spend tons of time. Keyboard players spend, that could be half their life is getting the right sound. Drummers should do the same thing. We should be no different. So, a lot of these concepts I'm explaining in videos can reach to any drum, whether it's a snare drum, your toms, bass drums. And why is this important? You will work more if you get great sounds out of your drums, whether it's in a studio situation or it's a live situation. Of course, recording your source of your drums is the best thing. You can have mediocre recording gear, but if your drums sound great, the track is going to improve. Same thing with live. If you walk in and your drums sound great, people will take notice of that. So take some time, maybe check out some of these videos. There's some great concepts on here. Some of it deals with tuning, but a lot of it deals with just listening to the sound of the situation that you're in, the style of music that you're playing, and just thinking about what is appropriate for that and making your drums fit into that situation. And today I'm exploring getting 5 awesome sounds out of an 18-inch bass drum. These drums are super versatile. This size is a kit drum. They're nice to carry around town, and they're not really just for jazz. We can get a rock sound, we can get a funk sound, R&B sound, a jazzy sound, or a really super wide open cool sound. So I'm going to go through and show you all of these, and you can apply this principle to any drum. Okay, in this example, I have no front head on this 18-inch bass drum, and I have this batter head really, really loose, like barely on. There's not even much tone to it. The reason I'm doing this is to create, well, there's no front head, so there's no resonance, and it's really dead. And the batter head, also the same reason, but because it's so flabby, it's creating a lot of attack. So you're getting not much tone from this head. You're getting a lot of attack. I'm also using a wood beater. So in a rock setting, if you're stuck with the drum like this, you can tune this down about as far as it can go to where, obviously it's not falling off, but just barely on there, and you're gonna get like a very strong attack. You're gonna get some punch there, and you're gonna get no resonance. You're not fighting any weird tones or anything like that. It's going to be very concise, direct sound. And obviously I have kind of a ringy snare here. So I'm blending those two sounds to make them really sound authentic to the style that you are going after. In this example, there's 2 main things I've changed. One, I tuned the head up to kind of a normal tension is what you would say. And I did this to get a little bit of sustain out of the drum and to take some of the attack away. This is supposed to be a more kind of disco-y, just a little more mellow tone than the attack of the rock sound. And I still have the towel in there dampening the head, so I don't want a long sustained sound, so that's killing that. But this is adding some tone to the drum that wasn't there before. And I've changed the bass drum beater to this soft felt. So obviously that's going to take away some attack as opposed to the wood beater in a rock track. Of course, I'm using the same snare, but I've tuned this down and I've dampened it and I've really made the snares tight so these are congruent with each other. Of course, the mic is in the same spot as it was with the rock track. That's a whole nother element that you can play with when you are trying to get these tones. But for this example, of course, I'm keeping the mic in the exact same place every time. In this example, again, all I've done is tune the head up. This is more like if the head's quite high now, kind of a, you know, a jazzy type level. Dampening again is the same. There is a towel in there to kill the resonance of the drum, but of course, since the head is higher, it's ringing a little more than even when it was previously lower. Still have a soft beater on here. And this could be a great example of a sound to use for maybe kind of a 12/8 ballad or something. None of this is rocket science, just again creating the right sound for the right track or the right vibe of the gig that you're doing. Of course, I've changed the snare here. This is a pretty low tuned 3x13 snare, pretty dead. But these match now. Hi-hat's the same, miking is the same, and here's how it sounds. Check it out. So here's what I would imagine a traditional example of an 18-inch bass drum is. Batter head tuned up nice and high, front head tuned up nice and high, both all wide open, no dampening, no felt strips, nothing in there. Super jazzy, what we would define as jazzy, I think. Really cool sound. Still have the soft beater on here, I think, which you know blends in with what we're going for here. And yeah, just try to get a nice even pitch around the lugs for the drum. And that's what it sounds like. I have this old Radio King snare to help blend it in together. And here it is. There's a little bit of funk in here too at the end of this example, so we can hear, you know, how that works in there with this sound. Okay, this is one of my favorite sounds to get out of this drum. It's low and it's wide open, and both heads are really low, so they're pretty flappy, and you actually hear the head flapping. So that's happening on the batter side and the front head, moving a lot of air. I just love the sound because it's kind of nasty, and I feel like of all kick drums, you can make the sound on any kick drum, but there's something about an 18-inch bass drum where it's just super punchy, and you just get a lot of that flap. So this is my favorite sound to use on this drum. Not always the most useful sound, but if you're doing your own thing, or you know, maybe any kind of project, whatever, it's a really cool sound. I tuned the snare down. It's the same one I used in the Jazz, the high tuning here, but I tuned this down just to make it kind of nasty and wide open, so they have a little vibe together there. So let's check out how that sounds. Alright, thanks for checking this out. Remember to spend some time exploring your sounds. It's very important. If you like what you see here, please subscribe to my channel. Please comment. I'll get back to you. Please share. And I have a website, www.blairsinta.com. I'm available to record on your songs or give lessons here in Los Angeles or through Skype. And that's it. Alright, take care. Thanks.